Good day, collective. It's your girl, Sadi Rose, coming to you with today's word. Do you know that your truth, your testimony, could literally be somebody's breakthrough moment? Like, real talk, y'all. Today's word is speak your truth, tell your story. And a lot of times, y'all, I feel like we get programmed to focus on everyone else's lives outside of ourselves. We pay attention to these celebrities, which are really like, if you can think about the court, that royalty used to have, the jesters. The celebrities are kind of like the gestures to keep us entertained, to keep us distracted. And then all these shows and like music and like, don't get me wrong, I love art. I love entertainment, but the way that art entertainment has been manipulated to be like hypnotic and distracting rather than helping us to really understand our lives and our story, we have to move away from this type of storytelling, and we need to understand that we are our own main characters in our story. Our lives, each one of us, is very interesting, and the testimony that we can have, when we're going through it, we're going through it, whatever it is in your life that you're going through. But the lessons that you learn, or lessons that you allow yourself to hopefully learn, can be extremely transformative for the people around you, or maybe people who don't know you at all, y'all. And I have found that, like, I am the most powerful when I share my story with people, because they understand and they can relate to the different things that I've gone through that maybe they haven't felt comfortable enough to share with other people. Like, I say it all the time, like, sometimes people like really come down on me hard and judge me because I am so trans. I am very vulnerable in sharing things that most people usually wouldn't, about the things that have happened to me and the lessons that I've had to learn. And I do that because I have no shame. I have no humiliation for the things that I had to go through so that I can become a better person and so that I can learn. I'm not ashamed of healing. I regret some of the decisions that I made. I don't regret them, but I do wish that I had had people in my life who had shared their stories with me and who had shared the lessons they learned with me, in my family and just around me, who could have saved me the hassle and the time and the challenges and the hurt and the pain that I had to go through, because I didn't have a support system, y'all. I was out here very much trying to figure out stuff on my own. And like, my dad, though, I will say this, from a very early age, even though like I wasn't as close as my dad as I was, he would tell these big fish stories, y'all. Like, he did do that. He would tell these grand stories, and that did teach me a lot. I just reflected back, like, that was very helpful for me to hear those type of stories about things that he had happened to. But they were more like entertainment. They were like, because he was a cop, and like he would share all these different things that happened to him. But it wasn't until he was much older and unfortunately experiencing, serious health conditions, that he started opening up about things that happened as part of our family story. And he started opening up about things, personal things about our family, about himself, that he wished he had done differently, things that he would like for us to do differently, by sharing his testimony and his story about how he was a musician, about the type of colleges he wanted to go to and who he wanted to be, and him sharing his testimony and his story to me, and me being his daughter, and then finally learning out that my parents had an arranged marriage. Like, what? To integrate the churches? Like, huh? It gave me so much clarity on what happened to my parents and why they, the things that happened to them happened, and how I ended up getting born to, a situation where the marriage was falling apart. Like, I know past generations, the boomers and older, really didn't share too much of their story with their children and their families. It was kind of like things were allowed to carry in, through generations in the bloodlines, and Certain people wouldn't really talk about what happened in the past. They wouldn't share their testimony about the harm and the hurt and the struggle that they had went through and like what they had learned from it. It was very much like, don't speak, just do, just deal with it and just move forward, y'all. But like, we have to allow our, our ancestors or our elders to be able to speak and to make them feel like we actually want to hear what they have, their wisdom. We have to start honoring our seniors. We have to start honoring our grandparents and our elders, because they have so much to give from their story. You understand? Like their testimony that the younger generations can learn from, so we can make sure that we're breaking any generational curses or cycles that are unhealthy, that bring down the frequency of our family, and that makes karma continue to carry on the bloodline, y'all. So I'm keeping it about family here, but like, it's real. Like, if if you have children, or if you are a grandparent and you feel that your life can help your children, even if they're older now, and your grandchildren, even if you've never been personal like this before, share your testimony, speak your truth, let them know who you are. Even if you aren't proud of the things that you did, and they have in their mind that you're this perfect person who did all of these things, even if like you're the breadwinner, or like you have this pristine image, be vulnerable, be authentic, tell them the truth so that they can be better. So that if there is any karma carrying in your family, so that it can be healed, so that your family can move forward, so that they don't have to keep carrying the trauma and the karma of the past, so that they can increase their frequency, so that they are released from those shackles, and that they don't end up living your life all over again. Y'all, a lot of times our kids are living our lives all over again because we haven't done the healing and been truthful with not only ourselves but our other family about patterns that are toxic, dependencies and idolization of substances, and including the not loyalty to the women, or any kind of abuse, or any kind of physical or psychological abuse that's happened that is not right, or suppression of the women and their voice, or just a lack of recognition for what they contribute to the household, or broken families. Like, y'all, we have to be real, and we have to be vulnerable enough out of love. Today is Happy Love Day. I don't call it Valentine's Day. Today is a love day. And the best way you can love people is by being authentic and real and truthful, and sharing the wisdom and the lessons that you've learned, so that the next generation can thrive. And outside of your family, just with others, like if you see people going through similar situations, it is out of caring and love that you would be vulnerable enough to share your story and to speak your truth, to help that person, not to lecture them, not to tell them what they should be doing, but if you see someone and they remind you of yourself, to offer support to them, to say, I'm here to listen to you if you need it. And if they ask you for your advice, to then tell them, hey, I've been here before, and here is what I went through, and here's what I learned. And if anyone has went through anything traumatic in your lives, incarceration, being involved in a violent, a DV relationship, being a single mother, or being a single father, or experiencing any kind of abuse, or being homeless, or being in poverty, and you are, either working your way through it, you're in the process of it, or you're breaking up out of it, or you are up out of it, all of it is a good cause, like a good testimony to inspire other people who are going through those things, so that they don't feel by themselves, so they understand that perfectionism is an illusion, y'all. We are all going through our own challenges. Even if you are stinking rich, you have some kind of deficit. Everyone has, that we have to work through, so be real, speak your truth, so that other people can relate and connect to you. And you never know who you're going to help in any given day. All praise to the Most High God.